a bit of a story about maybe how you first found Conscious Planet? What?
Experientially? Or?
Yeah, from the very beginning, because a lot of you've gone through a lot of different things with Conscious Planet, and like for someone coming in who's new, like there's quite a lot of education that has to take place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe how did that start with you? How did you move into your conviction?
Well, I found out about Conscious Planet probably almost 6 months before I became a member, and I did read a lot about the products. I'd never taken any hemp products before, and I'd really only used a little bit of natural health products in the past, so I'm not the kind of person who had extensive experience with all kinds of supplements and all kinds of companies and things like that. So I have very little experience with other things, and so I just took this stuff at face value, and I started very slowly. I started taking the shake blends initially, and I really enjoyed them. What I really liked was that because at the time I was doing a number of different things in my own healing journey, and I could this was something that I could do every day for my physical health, and I was doing I wanted to do something every day for my mental health, something every day for my spiritual health, and Conscious Planet was something that covered a couple different areas, mainly physical, but it also overlapped into other areas as well, and I really appreciated that.
So how long have you been on the products?
Just over 2 years now, and just over a year, maybe 14 or 15 months in a greater level of depth, where I've been taking basically every product every day, and yeah.
And so how have you seen a change in a lifestyle or a change in your inner state of feeling?
Well, I'm developing. I'm a slow learner, and my body is fairly slow to respond, and it also has many years of some fairly serious trauma to heal from, and so I noticed that I'm becoming a more finely tuned vehicle, where I can tell when I eat something that's not in my body's best interest. I have a much higher level of sensitivity to that now, whereas before I would just basically pile on and just eat whatever I wanted in massive quantities. And so that's another thing, is that I don't eat nearly as much as I used to. I eat a lot less, and I'm much more careful about what I eat. And I have steadily over time increased my raw to cooked ratio. I still eat some cooked food, but I eat much more raw food than I used to. That's something that's gone along with the Conscious Planet products.
And how has your life changed as a result of using these?
My life has changed in some really subtle ways. First of all, I've really enjoyed becoming part of this community, and it's created a whole small but significant social world. I'm used to having a very extensive and expansive social world, and I find myself doing whatever I can to get to a Conscious Planet potluck if I can, because I really enjoy the people that I meet there, and I really enjoy hearing people's stories and getting support around the healing process and the journey to greater state of health.
Have you noticed increments of commitment, to really change your food lifestyle is quite a big step, and so certain people, they may start and stop. What do you find different about this program and the community that you are part of?
That's a really good question. That's been really challenging for me, especially living in like a life partnership relationship where we're not always on the same page. My partner and I are much more on the same page now than we used to be with respect to diet and whatnot. But I did find it really challenging. I also am a fairly strong Capricorn, and so I think of things in all or nothing nothing terms sometimes, and I had challenges with that because I was so used to a certain way of eating and a certain way of treating myself that I looked at the program of the Vision Quest or the Quest to Optimal Health program, and I looked at the column that I was allowed to eat for 3 months, or that was encouraged, and I thought, wow, that's impossible. But what I was able to do is break it into smaller chunks where I thought, okay, well, I'll start with a week, and if I can do it for 7 days, then maybe I can have a break and then try a longer stint afterwards. So I've certainly had challenges, and I've gone in spurts and spats as the seasons go, and as my energy fluctuates and resolve builds for another step here and there. And that's that answer your question?
Yeah. What about the business side of this? I mean, a lot of these different supplement companies, have different programs. This company has a program. What do you like about it, or what would you say to people in terms of the ability to create some residual income?
I think I get a check this month. And although I'm not 100% positive about that, but I think I will. That part's really important to me, and I also see it from perhaps a different light than other people do, but not so different in this company. As I said at the beginning, I have very little experience with other companies that, like you say, there's so many network marketing companies, even in the health industry, let alone other industries. And I have virtually no experience with any of them. And any experience I did have in the past was almost purely negative. And so I had a huge hump to overcome in terms of approaching people about this opportunity, even though I wanted to share this opportunity for greater health with them. It took me quite a while to be able to come from a place, feel like I was coming from a place of integrity and saying, this is also has a business side to it, and could be something to look at for you. I'm much more comfortable with that now, and I see this as an opportunity to bring my life goals and my livelihood closer into alignment in one way. It's not the only way, but it's certainly one way, and that speaks a lot to me. So I'm very interested in the business part, and it's starting to work for me. It's taken a long time, but that's probably mostly because, or at least partly because, I've made my primary value with respect to Conscious Planet, the business side of Conscious Planet, to allow it to happen completely naturally, such that I don't, people make their own decisions. I'm okay with giving people information and telling them that this is available to them, but I'm not the pushy salesperson that wants to close a deal. My primary value is for people to want to be a part of the program and want to try the products. And for myself, I knew I needed to be a product of the products before I could ever speak to them or promote them or market them with any level of integrity and credibility. And so I did that. I'm really happy with how I did that. And over time, I've been able to realize some small benefit. And in fact, I've been having some fairly vivid dreams lately about how that could expand. I'm starting to think about it at another level. I understand the structure and how it works, and I could quite likely be more ambitious about developing my own business structure with Conscious Planet. But again, I've accepted that it's part of a process, and it will happen in its own